Hey guys, this is my first attempt at doing some online training for Marvin, for Jack, for Harry. I'm gonna send you guys this so you can take advantage of some downtime and still get some things done. So I think the first thing is to do a dynamic warm-up. It doesn't have to be the full dynamic warm-up, but maybe like a 5-minute dynamic stretch. So I'm gonna go through a few dynamic stretches, just things that'll be fresh in your head first. Some good high knees. Some good karaokas. Some good skips. Some good crossovers. Anything else you want to add into that you like from dynamics, feel free to add, but give yourself a good 5-minute dynamic warm-up. I think the next piece after we do our dynamic stretching is we should do some arm care stretches. If you have your own bands, fantastic. You can run through your band exercises. If you don't have your own bands, I'm going to show you some stretches that are good for activating good muscles to help our arms stay in shape. And then I've got a couple baseballs handy to help with some arm circles, but just some things that we can go through to make sure that we're doing some arm care during this downtime where we might not be throwing as much, but keep the muscles that throw active. So here comes your arm exercises. Recommend going through all those stretches till you feel the muscles start to work, or about 30 seconds on each exercise. That'll help get your arms loose to start with. All right, after we got our arm stretch, we're going to take a few minutes to do some arm exercises just from a body motion and getting your spine ready, kind of good stretches to help the muscles that are in charge of throwing get activated. So first one, we're gonna lay down kind of in a squished position here. And we're going to put our hand in here at about 45 degrees. And we're going to exhale and inhale. 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 Then we'll check our hands, switch sides, and repeat. like to do 5 reps on each arm with those exercises and just help to the thoracic spine, good stretch, and get the muscles activated a little bit. Really helps with some of the bigger muscle patterns that you're going to use to throw with. Not that we're going to do a whole lot of throwing, but just to keep those big muscles working. The next one would be more where you get onto all fours with your nose over your fingertips and try to arch your back as much as you can. Tuck your pelvis in and then take a good deep breath and exhale. And as you exhale, push into the ground until you're out of air. Inhale, push into the ground. Inhale, push into the ground. Inhale, push into the ground. Again, about 5 reps of those, good breaths. If you keep your back arched and your pelvis tucked, you're going to start to feel the walls of your lats just kind of expand, and it's just a good stretch for our lats and a good push for our body and our shoulders. And that's the second exercise. Our third exercise, you can either use a fungo if you have a fungo handy, or your bat will work. I've got a PVC pipe, so I'm going to use the PVC pipe. Try to get my elbows out in front of my head and a little bit of straight angle in my spine. Try to keep it completely straight. And I'm going to exhale and sit into my feet. And as I'm exhaling and get to the sit, I'm going to pull that PVC pipe behind my head and stretch my lats out a little bit. And then inhale and repeat. Really feel the lats stretch out a little bit. And again, I like to do a set of 5 of those, and that should help us get our lats nice and stretched out and give us a little bit of flexibility in pieces that we might not always use, but the big muscles that we're definitely going to want to stay in shape for when we throw. Then the last exercise, some arm circles. That's why I got the baseballs out earlier, just to make sure my arms stay where I want them, my hands stay in the position I want them. Work some forward slow circles and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And get to the beginning and go backwards. Start slow and small and get bigger and get bigger and get really big. And then start from the beginning and flip my palms up forward and do the same thing. Rotate inward. Nice and controlled, slow, get a little bigger, get a little bigger, and get really big. And then start position, rotate backwards. Start slow, small, let your circles get bigger, a little bit bigger. And then as big as you can get them. All right, good full body warm up. We did our dynamic, we did some arm care. Now we'll move on to a little more baseball. All right, first thing we can do, if you have a tee and a net to hit into, we'll do some one-handers. You can do them standing up. I know a lot of times we do them on a knee to immobilize the bottom half, but you can work on the same thing. Nice and easy with your one-handers. Work to the middle of the diamond. Think about just cutting the ball in half, and as you feel comfortable, swing a little harder. Once you get through about 10 or 12 reps with that front hand, go to the backhand. Work on the middle of the field. Punch to the middle of the field. Punch to the middle of the field. Work on keeping that wrist strong. Punch through that ball. Stay on it. There we go. And again, 8-10 reps each hand. Okay. Good eye-hand coordination, good barrel path drill. Help you understand what your hands are doing. Work on the little pieces of your swing. Right now when we can't get on the field or we can't get in to the facility and hit a bunch. All right, once you've got your one-handers done, now we'll move on to full tee. I like to start the tee in the middle of the plate. Usually in a lesson we'll take 10 or 15 hacks off the tee, not a ton. Right now, since we're not getting a lot of live hacks, we can use the tee a little bit more. Just move the tee around. So first we're going to start off with the tee in the middle. Think about driving the ball right off the pitcher. Super controlled. Think about staying through the baseball. Make that contact, click, click, click. Then take that tee and move it inside to the top of the zone. And work on hitting that barrel out. Drive the ball right at the third baseman. And we'll move that tee a little bit away, not too deep, so we can drive right center. And just control our barrel. I'd like to go 5 middle, 5 left, 5 right, take a break, then do it again. Get about 15 or 30 hacks in there, 2 rounds, maybe 3, depending on what you feel like on the day. But that gives you something to play with, to work on your barrel path, to work on controlling your barrel, to understand where you're making contact with the ball. And that'll give us a good little workout. All this should take us probably about 40 minutes to get through. And then I've got a last segment where I'm gonna do just a little bit of hands drills for our guys so they can work on their hands a little bit and feel like you're getting some work with your hands. All right, then for our hands portion, a spongy ball or a tennis ball works really well. You can just get up close to a wall and work on just bouncing that ball, receiving it with one hand, receiving it with one hand, receiving it with one hand. And you can work a little bit to the glove side. And you can work a little backhand and work on that wrist position. Yeah, and then once you get through the tennis ball a little bit, now you can get your glove and a hard ball and do the same thing. Work on getting the ball in front on that last hop. Work through it a little bit, just a super slight push. Good hand position, right? Our fingers should be down with a little bit of finger curl so we can work through that ball. And then we can work a little glove side. And we can work a little backhand. And then you can get up on your feet, good fielding position, do the same thing. Work through it, you can work a little quicker here. Good through the ball, little glove side. Staying in that fielding position, working our legs, our glutes, backhands. But that should give you a good little 45-minute, 50-minute workout. Kind of designed this, it was Robert Bausman's idea for Marvin, but I thought for Harry it would work. Keep something for Caleb to do, and then for Jack Bine, something for you to do as well while we can't get together. But should give you about a 45, 50-minute little workout that you can do, 3 or 4 days a week. And then I'll try and get a little modified workout together and get it to you guys maybe midweek, Wednesday, next week for the second week. Anyway, I hope this is something that helps and keeps us motivated and keeps us working on the right things we need to work on when we can't be together. Thanks, guys.